In Korea with Hyunwoo.
It is time now for In Korea with Hyunwoo. It's a chance for me to improve my Korean skills and also find out some interesting translations, I suppose,
That's right.
for Korean words that don't necessarily translate that well to English. How are you, Hyunwoo?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Thank you.
And it's also good to see Kaylin here.
I know. I
on
think
the
it's
show.
the first time that we've ever did anything together.
Oh,
Exactly.
really?
We've actually walked by each other in studios and stuff.
I
like
see.
hundreds of times.
Maybe we shared a producer
Okay.
a couple times,
Right.
but it's
Yeah.
the first time being
On
together.
air together.
Yeah.
Really cool. All right, so before we begin, Hyunwoo, can we have your quiz question, please?
Sure. Which of these words does not have a similar meaning to worried? Number 1, concerned. Number 2, uneasy. Number 3, upbeat.
Okay, one more time, please.
Which of these words does not have a similar meaning to worried? Number 1, concerned. Number 2, uneasy. Number 3, upbeat.
All right, thank you, Hyunwoo. You can put your answers on our Bundy board or text in on your website. On our website, I'm confusing things here. Text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. And you can check our website later to see if you are a prize winner.
And we're going to give you an omega-3 for
Sounds
a
good.
present.
Sounds
All
good.
right. So to introduce us to the topic today, we have a small clip for you.
이거? 나 원래 이거 좋아해. 든든하잖아.
우리 여자 배구 대표팀에 미모의 쌍둥이 고등학생이 있다는 사실 알고 계신가요? 실력과 외모를 겸비한 이재영, 이다영 쌍둥이가 이 대표팀의 든든한 힘이 되고 있습니다. 정현숙 기자가 취재했습니다.
I'm hearing 든든하다,
든든하다.
but I don't know what it means. But I heard it repeatedly, so that must be our expression for this morning.
That's right. 든든하다 is today's expression, and it's such a diverse word. So
Sure.
whenever you want to actually express it in English, you might be lost among many translations that come up in a dictionary.
Oh, okay.
Because you can feel 든든하다 with people, with feelings of like being satisfied when you're full.
Okay.
There's so many times where you can use this.
And it's all positive, right?
Yeah, all very positive.
Okay, that's a good starting point then. So 든든하다 is always positive regardless of the context.
I can give you a good example.
Okay.
When someone asked me, or your writer asked me to come host instead of 이보영 선생님,
Yeah.
I felt a little worried and nervous, but
Okay.
I felt 든든하다 because, Steve, you're here.
Wow.
Right? That's a perfect example. I
That's a good
felt
example.
safe. I felt secured.
Ah, okay. So one example of 든든하다 is to feel safe and secure. In a physical sense?
No, not a physical sense, but more like an emotional sense. Like, you're there for me.
Not necessarily because Steve can protect Kaylin, from danger or things like that.
Which I totally cannot.
which you totally can. But more because you would feel comfortable being here with Steve, and you know for sure that Steve can actually, entertain you or entertain the listeners with Kaylin.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a feeling of being reassured.
Reassured, yes.
Exactly. So I can bank on you. If I make a mistake,
Okay.
I know that you're there to fill in for me.
Okay, so feeling reassured, that's one context of 든든하다. What are some others?
And just like you mentioned briefly earlier, when you are not hungry anymore, you can feel 든든해. Now I'm not hungry anymore. I'm satisfied.
Satisfied.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're not at a point where you're about to puke because you ate so much, but just at that point where you feel, I'm not hungry anymore. I feel satisfied now.
Yeah.
Again, in a physical or emotional sense? Or
That
in this
one-
case, both?
Both, I guess.
Both, yeah.
Because food is always related to emotions.
For many people, yeah, that's right.
And especially on days when you have important exams or some like strenuous physical activities planned.
Okay.
You might want to eat some 든든한 아침 or 아침을 든든하게
Okay.
먹다.
Yeah, and in that case, you would call it a satisfying meal. Yeah, so satisfied, a feeling of satisfaction. Okay,
Yeah,
so...
or comfort at the same time.
Oh, okay, like
Yeah.
comfort food.
Exactly. So you feel comforted now that you kind of had food.
Yeah.
And now you're ready for taking a test.
Okay. Comfort food can also mean things like soul food, almost like the Western food examples maybe chicken soup, or maybe a grilled cheese sandwich,
Yeah,
or
you
maybe
can-
macaroni and cheese.
You can feel 든든하다 when you're away from home and you have mac and cheese.
I see.
And it's there for you, you know? You feel like you're at home.
So,
I guess,
yeah, go ahead.
When we're talking about food, I guess most people have different types of 든든한 음식
Yep.
in their like head. Like when they imagine a 든든한 음식,
Yep.
I think most people would say, I think meat is 든든한 음식.
Okay.
Some people will say, I think potato is
Yeah.
든든한 음식. But for
Sure.
some others, potato is just potato.
If you're a Korean person living overseas, maybe even ramen and kimchi could be
든든하죠.
Yeah, right. Okay. So the word that is coming to mind is comforting.
Comforting.
I see.
In that case.
Okay, another one?
Another one would be more related to family, I guess. A lot of people say 든든한 아들, 든든한 딸. Not when the son or daughter is just studying hard or, just, there, but when they do something like to make you happy and make you realize, oh, I have this family to support me. 든든한 아들.
Yeah, I think the word support is important here.
Okay.
Yeah, someone, parents are always supporting you if you're a child,
Sure.
but then there comes an age for them when
Yeah.
they feel that they're weak too, right? And then they find strength, they find comfort with their son and daughter.
Okay, or even grandparents could feel that way with their grandchildren.
Yes.
Things like that.
But I don't know if children can feel like they have 든든한 부모님.
Well, they
In many
should.
cases.
They should.
They should, but I think people just take it for granted.
you're
so,
right.
Yeah.
People say it like less often.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we do take our parents for granted a lot.
What's the word in that context? Again, I think the feeling of being comforted. Pardon me. I think you could say in English, I feel very comforted by the fact that I have great family members to take care of me. And what that means is you can feel comfortable emotionally without stress or anything like that because of those people.
Yeah. Let me give you a quick example of something that is slightly different. So I posted a picture of my son on one of my social media accounts.
Okay.
And it was a picture of him half like naked, like with his t-shirt off.
Sure.
He's a 8-month-old baby.
Yeah.
But his back, 등이 든든해 보였어요. Like to me, for some reason.
Okay.
How would you describe that feeling in English? Like the back of your baby son can feel 든든해. This boy will grow up to be a strong man. Like that feeling.
I understand what you felt. Well, not because I have a son, but older people, like adults, can feel that way when they see a baby as well.
Yeah. How would you say
Okay.
that in English?
I
That's
don't
a
know.
hard one.
Maybe I have to have a child to know that feeling. I'm guessing that it's the same words. Assured or reassured.
Reassuring back of a baby.
The reassuring back of a baby. That's a bit of a strange sentence, but I think that's what you're talking about.
Or maybe you feel confident, more
yeah.
that you have a baby.
Oh, and with family, maybe the fact that you can rely on them as well. And that's maybe what you were talking about with your example as well, Kaylin. You could feel comfortable when you come to the show because you feel you could rely on me
I know, but today's the last day.
to handle the show. That's right. All right. Well, we're already out of time. Thank you very much, Yanu, for the information on 든든하다.
Thank you.
Before we go, the answer to your quiz, please.
Okay, the quiz was which of these words does not have a similar meaning to worried? And the answer was number 3, upbeat. It's the opposite.
Of course. Thank you, Yanu.
Thank you for
All
having
right,
me.
Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.